so I can talk still. Hello and welcome to Al Amrat Cricket Ground here in Muscat, Oman for day 3 of the ACC Western Region T20 tournament. My name is Barney Reid and I'll be your commentator for this morning's Group B clash between Saudi Arabia and the UAE. This tournament, of course, shapes the qualifying for the Asia Cup later in the year. The two finalists going on to feature in the final qualifier event in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia in August. The news from the middle, about 5 minutes or so away from the start of play here. The UAE have won the toss and elected to bat. And the UAE romped to a 10-wicket win over Iran in the Group B opener and then dispatched Kuwait by 47 runs yesterday to make it 2 from 2. Saudi Arabia, meanwhile, succumbed to a heavy 9-wicket defeat to Kuwait before yesterday's comfortable 9-wicket win over Iran. And both these, with the UAE top 4 points from 4, most likely to go through with a strong net run rate regardless of today's result, whereas Saudi Arabia, if they beat the much fancied UAE, the highest ranked team in the tournament, 15th in the world, then they have a chance of joining that top 2 that will then go on to the semi-finals. The winner of those semi-finals, of course, will then go on to advance to the Asia Cup final regional qualifying event in Kuala Lumpur. Two changes to both the sides. So you see the UAE line up there. Mohammed Ayaz and Ansh Tandon come into the team. Basil Hamid and Zohar Khan make way. It's a T20 international debut for both players. Mohammed Ayaz, the left arm seamer, and Ansh Tandon, just 18 years of age, making a senior international debut for the UAE. All-rounder who featured in the recent Under-19 ICC Cricket World Cup in South Africa, given his chance today with the senior team. As for Saudi Arabia, you see their line up there. They've made 2 changes themselves. Imran Yusuf, the leg spinner, has come out. So Syed Ali Abbas, Abdul Wahid, and Sajid Imran, the 2 men in their place. All of this, I'll do. I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. If you just do the cameras and the replays, perfect. Okay. I can do the other stuff 'cause it's easier. I know what I'm talking about and I can, show it and
You can do the panel control panel.
Yeah, this way. Yeah. Players all out in the middle now. The UAE openers once again be Suri, who was excellent yesterday, scored 51 in that victory that we were previously discussing. He has a new batting partner, and it will be the debutant Ansh Tandon, who replaces Roa Mustafa at the top of the order. And what a moment this will be for the young teenager. It's Tandon's first call-up to the senior side. Now here he will be opening the batting for the UAE. He won't be on strike first of all, though. That'll be Suri, very well established UAE batsman, despite his youth, one of the most senior players in this side now, filled with 4 teenagers in this squad. As for Saudi Arabia, it should be Adil Butt with the new balls. Right arm quick from Saudi Arabia. Has at times shown real moments so far. Took 1 for 14 against Kuwait. The only wicket in that game, that opener. And they were somewhat humbled in the end after making such a strong start with the bat. He also took 2 for 15 from 4 overs yesterday. Comprehensive win over Iran, who were making their debut in T20 international cricket during this tournament. So here we go. Adil Butt into Chirag Suri. And immediately the Saudi players well up for this morning. Big shouts of shabash, shabash. Pressure, pressure. Good start from Adil Butt. Outside, Chirag Suri's off stump. Been left alone from the UAE batsman. Been in great form so far. You see this wonderful backdrop here at Al Amrat Cricket Ground in Oman. It's a beautiful place to play your cricket and to watch your cricket. Mountain range behind this second turf pitch. Jugs are into the offside, and the UAE are up and running with a quick single off the bat of Chirag Suri, who made his first T20 international 50 yesterday. Be a bit of a monkey off his back. He looked in fine form. Hits the ball so well straight. Can be powerful against spin, elegant against pace. Good player to watch. As will be Anj Tandon, 18 years of age, making his UAE debut. Comes on strike for the first time to face Adil Butt. Left-hander, highly promising, highly regarded in UAE setup. Speak very well of this teenage quartet in their squad. Anj Tandon, the latest to get his chance. And he edges first ball. And it goes down to third man, and it goes all the way for 4. It doesn't matter in the scorebook. Still says 4. He's just playing outside and away from his body. Not quite the convincing start that Anj Tandon would have liked on his debut. But he gets 4 runs nonetheless. Be happy to be off the mark and up and running. End of that first over, then UAE 5 without loss. Good stuff from Adil Butt. Induced the outside edge. And it's beyond the money right from the word go. Strong start from Saudi Arabia. UAE will be happy though to have that boundary as well. Early boundary. Fortuitous as it was. See Shoaib Ali from the other end. Saudi Arabia captain. Bowled absolute grenades the other day. Tossing the ball up, trying to entice Ravija Sandriwan from Kuwait into his shots. He was enticed and he hit them a long, long way. See if Shoaib Ali offer a bit more. He gave it so much flight. See if he's flatter today or whether it's the same ploy. Much flatter, but Chirag Suri sweeps into the mid-wicket. And it goes all the way for 6. Excellent shot from Chirag Suri. UAE opener. Greeting Shoaib Ali, first ball on one knee. Big swipe. Big slog sweep. Timed it beautifully and it went the distance. Excellent shot from Chirag Suri. Pure timing. There's a man out at deep backward square leg, one at long on. It went well over mid-wicket, clearing the ropes. Shoaib Ali has been flatter so far. Sloppy fielding from Saudi Arabia. Means UAE get through for 2. Shoaib Ali round the wicket to the left-handed Ansh Tandon. Bowling to his field there. Close in a ring on the offside. One man out on the boundary. That one just lifts outside the off stump. A good finish from Shoaib Ali, Saudi captain. 14 without loss to UAE. After that first ball was launched for 6 by Chirag Suri, Shoaib Ali responded very well. His last 2 balls darted in. Final one spitting outside off stump. Quick single to start the 3rd over. A very warm welcome to Dr. Rose's Rovers. Keen cricket supporters from the UAE and Dubai. Some football team as well. Pulled, top-edged by Ash Tandon. Lands safely. Run away for 4. Second unconvincing boundary from Ansh Tandon. Short from Adil Butt. He just races away for 4. Every boundary, wicket.
Yes, sir.
Every boundary, every wicket. I want to be able to see the replay of it. More convincing this time from Ansh Tandon, driving through the covers. Over pitched from Ali Butt. A lovely drive. On the move. Young 18-year-old. Pushing it through the covers for 4. He's raced on to 10 from 7 balls.
No. Okay.
And out. Ansh Tandon, not the most convincing of first senior international innings. Pulls straight to mid-on. Saudi Arabia pick up their first wicket. Adil Butt drawing the pull. You can't quite see it there. Drawing the pull from Ansh Tandon. The 18-year-old has to trudge back to the pavilion. He made 14 in the end from 9 deliveries, 3 fours in that innings. It's Alishan Sharafu, the new man in. Just 17 years of age. Grade 11 student. Our own Walker School in Dubai. Featured in that under-19 Cricket World Cup in South Africa alongside the likes of Ansh Tandon, who's just replaced at the crease. He turned 17 during that tournament. Coming in at 3, great opportunity for him. It's Suri on strike. End of that third over, halfway through the power play here. 6 overs with just 2 men outside the inner ring. UAE 26 for 1. Be a change of bowling for the Saudis. Usman Ali, very experienced slow left armour, come into the attack, replacing his captain Shoaib Ali. Cries of catch it. Chirag Suri's lofted it way over mid-off's head. Comes back for a couple. Goes over the top again. This time lands safely. Long on. Comes in to do a routine piece of fielding. Cuts into the gap from Chirag Suri. His outfield is rapid here on the second turf. Al Amrat cricket ground. Sajid manages to just keep it in. Keep it to 2. Suri drives again through the gap. This time it'll race away for 4. Lovely shot from Chirag Suri. On the front foot, driving elegantly through extra cover, picking his gap. You see the replay here. Gives himself a little bit of room, edging towards leg stump to open up that offside. Drives beautifully through the covers for 4. Suri really continuing his fine run of form that we've seen him so far enjoy this week. Goes down the ground, chips it safely enough for a single to end the 4th over. UAE 36 for 1. Chirag Suri leading the charge with 17 not out from 10 balls so far. Suri will be on strike, made 51 yesterday. Great opening partnership with Rohan Mustafa. Made 15 not out as well, and UAE made light work. Run chase against Iran in the opener. The 25-year-old's been in fine form so far. Uses his feet this time. Crunches it over the top of the bowler's head, and it bounces away for 4. Saying earlier on, Suri's such an elegant player. Hits so well, straight back past the bowler. You see it here, shuffling down the track, using his feet, getting to the pitch of the ball. And a clean, sweet strike. Takes his score to 22. And dismissively cut through the offside from Chirag Suri. Rocking back. Short and wide from Adil Butt. Giving Chirag Suri the freedom to throw his hands through it. Punched through the offside. Nurdled down down for a single. Really is a wonderful ground here. That backdrop, far side from where we're sat. Mountainous range. You'll see lots of goats and cats as well patrolling the Al Amrat Cricket Ground here in Muscat, Oman. Five overs in, UAE 46 for 1. Suri doing the bulk of the heavy lifting for them. 27 from 16 balls. Final over of the power play. Usman Ali, the bowler, punch down the ground. Suri wants to only be one. Brings him on to strike. Driven firmly, shouts of catch here. It was in the air for a long time. Fell short of Shabsuddin. Mid off. The intent from Suri again, though. Using his feet, looking to be aggressive as possible. Over the top. You get value for money there. Fielder up inside the circle. Goes all the way for 6. Alishan Sharafu, just 17 years of age. Clearing that front leg. Going over the fielder up inside the circle, long off. It goes all the way. Excellent shot to end the 6th over. And the power play. Moves the UAE on to 54 for 1. Good start from the UAE. Faisal Khan coming to the attack. Saudi Arabia. He's a wide fella. Leg spinner. Destructive batsman. Quite an unorthodox action. Oh, he finds the outside edge. But it doesn't find the fielder. Suri picks up 2. It's a man in at slip. Just dissected keeper in first slip. Don't want to give too many chances to Suri. Pick up another couple here. He's manoeuvring the field in the offside to his advantage. Sharafi this time that cuts into the offside. And another 2 is a fumble in the outfield. A big appeal and given. Given out. Saudi Arabia players are delighted. It looked like he'd made his ground. You see the fumble there. Out in the outfield is good arm though. 2 batsmen coming together. Sharafu lazily going back to his crease. Poor running from the 17-year-old in the end when you see the replay. Nearly collided with Chirag Suri and then showed no urgency to get back to his crease. Very close call. A very unnecessary wicket as well. Let's see Mohammed Usman is the new man in. Sloppy from the UAE. 60 for 2 now. 1 ball to go in the 7th over. Very unnecessary running. Was in fact the end of the 7th over. 60 for 2. You're going along at a good rate. 2 rather unnecessary, needless wickets so far. Shoaib Ali, who's come back into the attack, Saudi Arabia captain. Suri trying to get the paddle out, trying to scoop. Shoaib Ali end up playing all around it. Mohammed Usman just coming down to say to him, relax, keep your head on, 33 not out, do not throw this away now. Saudi Arabia have been buoyed by those 2 wickets. Usman, the left-hander, on strike for the first time. Shoaib Ali will come round the wicket to him. Well run 2 from the UAE. Good placement from Mohammed Usman. Swept straight to the fielder and out. Deep backward square leg is a full toss from Shoaib Ali. And you see Mohammed Usman, hands on his hips. So disappointed with himself. See the Saudi players absolutely delighted. It's a big wicket. Mohammed Usman was excellent yesterday. He swept straight to deep backward square leg. Top edged it, picked the fielder out. Shoaib Ali has the wicket. New man in. Mustafa normally opens the batting. I feel like UAE have given the others a bit of a chance today. Knowing that they're pretty much through to the semi-finals. Mustafa comes in at 5. So in opening the batting with Suri, he joins him now. Just have a look at the UAE scorecard so far. After 8 overs, a couple of starts from the young lads Ansh Tandon and Alishan Sharafu. It's been Suri really leading the way. Saudi Arabia will be delighted how they fought back. Adil Butt and Shoaib Ali both picking up wickets, and also that run out we saw a couple of overs ago. So you see how that then...
Yeah.
Yeah. The celebration bit's really
just
good.
now Andrew told.
Yeah, exactly the same thing. Because when the batsmen are walking off and the other one's coming in, we can show the replay then.
Okay.
Because all you've got is people walking. It's no, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
nothing.
that's the better.
Because you can just bank it,
Okay.
and then
After
after we've seen the celebration and stuff,
then after we can.
you get it.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, mate. Hi. There's a lot going on all of a sudden. Saudi Arabia really keyed into this game. They know the importance of it. Victory here go a long way to putting them into the semi-finals. This tournament, they actually won January 2019, the equivalent without the likes of UAE and Oman, however. They did still go on and win that competition. Faisal Khan, who's bowling now, was excellent with the bat during that tournament. He's described as Mr. Sixer, the six machine, by the Omani groundsman here. Excellent fielding. Pressure really building from the Saudi side. Full of encouragement for each other. Suri pulling into the leg sides. A fielder there, though, just be one. Faisal Khan will come round the wicket. He's an innocuous looking bowler. Looking for two. End up getting it comfortably. End of the ninth over. UAE 68 for 3. Suddenly have a little bit of rebuilding on their hands. Big drive outside the off stump from Chirag Suri. Gets nowhere near it. This time goes for a quick single. Not quite collected cleanly from Malik Naeem. UAE trying to put the pressure back on the Saudi fielders. That will be a wide to Roa Mustafa, who hit some absolute whoppers over the course of the last couple of days. Two fine innings. Both bat and ball, one man in the match in each of those UAE victories. Playing a miss outside the off stump. Roa Mustafa. He'll breathe a sigh of relief. Some constant pressure from Saudi Arabia at the moment. Halfway through, then UAE 72 for free after 10 overs. They have their 2-star men with the bat in the middle. Mustafa, the new man, 3 from 4. Chirag Suri, 39, not out. As Ryan just calls for a helmet. Chirag Suri on strike, facing Faisal Khan, Saudi Arabia talisman with the bat. He also picked up wickets yesterday, has pulled into the mid-wicket, dissects the 2 fielders. Excellent shot from Chirag Suri. Rocked onto the back foot. It was short. And he pulls into the leg side and for 4. It's a much needed boundary from the UAE. On the replays, the boundaries and stuff like that, the most important thing, as long as we can see this one, as long as we see that, that's fine. If it's a catch or something, we want to see the catch, but if it's just a 4, we can just see the shot, it's fine. Okay? Same with the wicket. Unless it's a catch, then you want to see obviously the guy diving or...
Yeah, I'm telling, so she's not taking well.
Okay.
She's focusing same what we are. She's not taking well.
Suri sweeps, there's a fielder there, bounces safely inside, it spins. Good fielding in the end. Shamsuddin in front of us. He's going straight to him. You always got to watch the spin when you're on the boundary though. He did well to recover in the end, as it spun away from him. A good diving stop. Suri starting to up the ante once again. Single to finish the 11th over. Suri moves on to 46 not out. Again, made his first T20 International 50 yesterday. 51. Both him and Rohan Mustafa made 51 in a thrilling opening partnership. They're now at the crease for the UAE, 3 down for 79. 9 overs remaining in this first innings. Both teams' final games in Group B. Excellent running from the UAE. Dab down to short third man from Rohan Mustafa. And Chirag Suri's lightning between the wickets. Sets off early, confident call. And makes it home.
Just tell me, I can give you.
Mustafa gets a reverse sweep out. There's a man out there. They come back for 2. Ball hits Rowan Mustafa on his backside as he's running in to try and make his ground. Looking for 2 again. This UAE pair, excellent between the wickets. Rowan Mustafa drops his bat at the non-striker's end. They have such good understanding together. Chirag Suri and Rowan Mustafa, both very sharp runners between the wickets. Shoaib Ali finishes up his 4 overs, 1 for 23 for the Saudi Arabia captain. Let's see, 4 overs, no maidens, 23 runs. Picked up that 1 wicket as well. The man on your screen is Faisal Khan. He'll be bowling his 4th over as well now. So far, 3 overs, none for 18 for the burly leg spinner. With Chirag Suri on strike, he's 48 not out, looking to make it back-to-back T20 international 50s. Sweeps to the leg side. There's a man there, Shoaib Ali, the Saudi Arabia captain. He's in the circle at square leg. There's a man at deep backward square leg on the boundary as well. 1 at mid-wicket, 1 at long on. A long off and a deep extra cover. Pulled into the leg side. They beat the man again. And it goes for 4. Suri goes to 50. His 2nd T20 international 50 of his career. And 2 in 2 days for the UAE opener. Pulling short ball from Faisal Khan into the leg side to bring up an exceptional 50. And Chirag Suri now uses his feet, goes inside out over extra cover. Excellent shot. It's gone all the way for 6. Stunning use of the feet. Beautiful clean strike through the ball. Chirag Suri, wonderful, wonderful shot. Moves to 58 from 45 deliveries. 5 4s and 2 6s. And as we said earlier, it was his first T20 international 50 yesterday. He now has bettered that with what is currently his highest T20 international score, 58. Just going to have a little drink, the players. Suri launched that into orbit. Someone's going to have to go and find the ball. Third umpire's actually come on with a new box of them. So the players will just grab a drink, pick out a new ball, and be ready to get up and running once again. We see the run chart so far. 3rd over, the biggest, went for 12. Well, this one, 13th. It's already taken 10 from it. We've still got 3 balls left of this 13th over. Faisal Khan is fined all over of his spell. Getting a little bit of tap. Chirag Suri putting his foot to the floor. Picked out a new ball and we're ready to get back up and running. So, it's Faisal Khan's response. Suri's is to go down the track once again, and he beats the fielder once more, and it goes for 6 once more. Chirag Suri really taking a liking to Faisal Khan his last over, using his feet. See it time and again with Chirag Suri. Using his feet and striking down the ground. Goes all the way for 6. Goes again. This time goes straight to the fielder. It's gone through him and it's gone for 4. Should have been stopped comfortably. Adil Butt, man at long off, and it's gone through his legs. Ala Massimo Taibi. It's the legendary Matt Letizia. For Premier League 90s football fans. Back to live pictures. Chirag Suri devastating in that over. He's taken Faisal Khan for 20. Moved on to 68. That's Chirag Suri and the UAE. Bringing up 100 in that over as well. 106 for free from 13 overs. Big over from Chirag Suri. Excellent from him. The man on your screen leading the charge. 68 from 48. Mustafa at the other end is 8 from 8. He's not had to bring out all the shots just yet. Just has to get down the track. Get down the other end and let Chirag Suri do the belligerence. It's Usman Ali back into the attack. And immediately Mustafa looks to get Suri on strike and does so. So I recovered the old ball, just working out whether can give it straight back to Usman Ali. He's bowling his 3rd over. Chirag Suri on strike. And he's in the mood. This time scoops over his left shoulder and past the wicketkeeper. They pick up 2. Mustafa using his feet. There's a man out there, but it beats him and goes for 4. It looked like he was going to cut it off, at long off. Usman Ali is not happy with his fielder. See the replay. Rohan Mustafa using his feet, going down the track. He's got that width to really throw his hands through it. And the fielder on the boundary, it's a poor effort in the end. Runs away for 4, and this will too. Rohan Mustafa going back to back with his boundaries, this time sweeping past the man at backward square leg. See the tail end there of the previous one, and here Usman Ali drifting onto the legs of Rohan Mustafa. He just sweeps away for 4, and this time goes over mid-wicket. Rohan Mustafa clearly in the mood as well. Goes all the way for 6. UAE all of a sudden really have their foot on the neck of this Saudi Arabia bowling attack. Rohan Mustafa clearing the ropes comfortably. As you watch the replay. Right in the slot once he's used his feet. Heaves over mid-wicket. The UAE really upped the ante in the last couple of overs. .38 from the last 2. Brutal hitting. Rohan Mustafa suddenly has 23 from just 12 balls. Suri 71 from 50. Partnership now worth 61 runs from 36 deliveries between these two. Suri's hit 37 of those. Rohan Mustafa 23. We have a change of bowling for the Saudis. Abdul Wahid comes in to bowl his medium pace. Clipped off his legs from Rohan Mustafa, and that'll go away for another boundary. Abdul Wahid short and on Rohan Mustafa's hip. Watch the replay. Drifting into the legs and just picked off by Rohan Mustafa. Suddenly the Saudi fielders have gone very quiet. They know they're up against it here, and wides down the leg side won't help. The timing of that replay is really good, because he's just about to start his run up. Really good, really good. Just knowing when to.
So it's a 10-second count, so we need to wait for 10 seconds.
Cool. It's good, 'cause as soon as you know that, then it's always fine, isn't it? Will it be different for a spinner?
No.
What you're saying?
So we need to wait more time for the spinner because his ball run up is short, right? So we need to wait another 2-3 seconds and then go for the
Okay. If you good thing if you tell everyone. That's a good one to because those last couple have been like really good.
I'll tell him.
Nice one. It's okay, I'll turn the mic off for a minute.
So we should replay ఇప్పుడు 4 కొట్టినాం అనుకో 4 కొట్టగానే ఒక 10 సెకండ్స్
చెప్పిన చెప్పిన
సో స్పిన్నర్ అయితే ఎక్కువసేపు వెయిట్ చేయాలి ఫాస్ట్ బాల్ తక్కువసేపు వెయిట్ చేయాలి స్పిన్నర్ తొందర చేస్తాడు సో అప్పుడు నువ్వు వెయిట్ చేసి 10 సెకండ్స్ అవ్వగానే అప్పుడు జీరో కొట్టి అప్పుడు రీప్లే కొట్టి నువ్వు కూర్చొని చూడు నీకు అర్థమవుతుంది రెండు చూస్తే
It was tight, but Mustafa dives into the crease, makes his ground. Big cloud of dust puffs from the popping crease as he slides back to safety. And Chirag Suri at the non-strikers end, 73 not out. Hit his first T20 International 50 yesterday. He'll be eyeing up a first T20 International 100 today. Only one player for the UAE has done that previously. Shaman Anwar hit 117 not out against Papua New Guinea back in 2017. Of course, one of the men charged by the ICC under its anti-corruption code. Very sorry state of affairs that happened to UAE cricket towards the end of last year. But they're coming out the other side of it. And it's the likes of these two, Mustafa and Chirag Suri, who are really injecting new life into UAE cricket under the guidance of Ahmed Raza. There's Dougie Brown, who really helped spark that alongside Raza. And what Robin Singh will now continue as the new director of cricket. I mentioned the teenagers in this squad. There's a lot of youth. There's a lot of good thinking cricketers. And a hell of a lot of talent. None more so than these two at the wicket right now. These two have put on 72 for this fourth wicket. You see, really been the backbone of this innings. Chirag Suri, 73. Mustafa, 31 not out. In the last couple of overs, really found his feet. 5 overs to go. 30 deliveries, 135 for free. The UAE. They'll be targeting 190 plus. As we see another change of bowling. Saudi Arabia, Abdul Wahid Abdul Ghaffar comes into the attack. Bowl a little bit of wrist spin. Of course, they're without Imran Yusuf, their frontline leg spinner today. He's not had the best of tournaments. Struggled a little bit. Good start from Abdul Ghaffar though. This time he drops short. It's pulled into the leg side. It's well fielded. Suri will feel like he's missed out there. Real opportunity to find the ropes. Picks up 2 though, nonetheless. And this time he goes. Stumped. The UAE batsman Abdul Ghaffar makes a breakthrough in his first over. And Suri, exceptional 75. From just 55 deliveries. As he watched the replay of his dismissal Abdul Ghaffar looping the ball outside off stump. Suri misses out. It's a rare time that he's missed out today. But he has to depart, having made an excellent 75 from 55 deliveries, 6 fours and 3 sixes in that knock. Another excellent performance from Chirag Suri. And his highest score in T20 international cricket makes it back-to-back T20 50s. 2 in 2 days for the UAE opener. And that's actually the joint 5th highest score in T20 international cricket for the UAE. For any anoraks out there, I know there'll be a few, especially back in the UAE. Paul Radley and Chris Whiteoak from the National sure will be tuning in. Big cricket badgers. Richard Aravind, the new batsman. This is outside the off stump there. Excellent over from Abdul Wahid Abdul Ghaffar. Just the 3 runs from it, and crucially that wicket of Chirag Suri. Brilliant stuff from the Saudi spinner. UAE 138 for 4, 4 overs to go. Let me just have a look at the Saudi Arabian options. Adil Butt still has an over, so does Usman Ali. And both Abdul Wahid and Abdul Wahid Abdul Ghaffar bowl just the 1 over. So they'll get 4 overs from there somewhere. Adil Butt and Usman Ali, you'd assume, would bowl 1 of those each. And then 2 other overs to make up from somewhere. One of which will be Abdul Wahid here. Very good Yorker to start the over. And Mustafa goes. 2 big wickets in the space of 2 overs. This time Rohan Mustafa driving outside off stump. Edges behind. Another big wicket, Abdul Wahid. You see the Saudi Arabia players are delighted with that. Another big scalp. Rohan Mustafa driving outside off stump and nicking off. Smacks his pads with his bat. Clearly not best pleased with that shot. Made 32 from 20 balls, 3 fours and a 6 from Rohan Mustafa. And Saudi Arabia delighted to have removed both Chirag Suri and Rohan Mustafa inside the space of 2 overs. 138 for 5 then, UAE. Ahmed Raza, the captain, strides to the crease. More than capable batsman, Ahmed Raza. You can see the UAE just trying to get everyone some time in the middle. Yesterday, Wahid Ahmed came in further up the order. Sultan Ahmed as well. We didn't see Rich Aravind or Ahmed Raza, who've both come in ahead of the other two. Lovely looking drive to start. Gets Ahmed Raza off the mark. Brings Rich Aravind on to strike, just 17 years of age, another UAE schoolboy. Made his UAE debut, his ODI debut last year. Played in 2 the ICC Cricket World Cricket League Tri-Series. Made a real impression opening the batting. Very smart wicketkeeper as well. Very aggressive, hit the ball very hard. He featured as well in that Under-19 Cricket World Cup, made a half-century against Scotland. Starts in pretty much every other game as well, against South Africa, the Afghans, Canada, Nigeria. No scores below double figures. He does normally make bright and breezy starts. It's Ahmed Raza again. Pushing it down to ground for a single. He'll keep the strike. And another fine over from Saudi Arabia. It's 3 runs from it. But a second crucial wicket in succession. Seeing those UAE pair, Ahmed Raza on the left and Rich Aravind on the right. Three overs to go. UAE 141 for 5. Saudi Arabia will be hoping to rein them in below 160 from here. UAE want to be going as much beyond that as possible. At one stage, Aroa Mustafa and Chirag Suri going great guns. 190, 200 looked realistic. Abdul Wahid, Abdul Ghaffar continues. Both Abdul Wahids, very much part-time bowlers in this Saudi Arabia attack, have been excellent at the death, reining in UAE, taking those big scalps. Raz using his feet, goes into the offside, could be a run out, and is. Never a run there. Ahmed Raza prodding it into the offside. Finding Sajid Imran. And Rich Aravind was a bit on his heels at the non-striker's end. And well short of his ground. Ahmed Raza frustrated with his teenage batting partner. I think he should have got a bit more of a shuffle on. And when you look back at that, he wasn't backing up too eagerly. I feel like there wasn't a run there, really. Unless Rich Aravind had set off immediately and been backing up aggressively. It's another wicket. Another speed bump in this UAE innings. 141 for 6. Saudi Arabia must commend them for how they've pulled this game back in. It got so flat when Rohan and Suri were hitting them to all parts. They'd gone quiet, their body language had changed. Now they're perked up once more. The first ball goes all the way for 6. So Wahid Ahmed, he did the same thing yesterday. He doesn't need a sighter. First ball. Down on one knee, opening up the leg side and heaving over mid-wicket and cow corner for 6. Wahid Ahmed not messing about. He's always a player who's in a hurry when he's at the crease. When it comes off, he can be great fun to watch. It was yesterday as Wahid Ahmed and Mohammad Usman. Ahmed made 17 from 5 and Usman 26 from 13. Those two helped inject a bit of impetus to the back end of the UAE innings in that victory over Kuwait. Wahid Ahmed looking to do the same thing here. This time going over square leg, there's a fielder there. He picks him out and it's a straightforward catch. Wahid Ahmed, the ball was there, short. From Abdul Wahid Abdul Ghaffar, short, there to be pulled. Wahid Ahmed could only pick the man straight out of the lineup. Or a simple catch on the boundary. UAE 149 for 7. And they're imploding a little towards the end of this first innings. Of these two sides' final game in Group B of this ACC Western Region T20 tournament. End of the 18th over. UAE 149 for 7. There's 2 overs to go. Saudi bowlers Adil Butt, Usman Ali still have an over should they want it. They might well stick with Abdul Wahid and Abdul Wahid Abdul Ghaffar. Been excellent. Abdul Wahid 1 for 14. Abdul Ghaffar 2 for 11. Supreme bowling from those two. The wicket brings Sultan Ahmed to the crease. He'll be on strike. Nearly carried to Shoaib Ali. That's short mid-wicket. Falls just short of the Saudi Arabia captain. Big appeal, sliding down the leg side. Even from square on as we are, you could see that a million miles off. Saudi Arabia players excitable though. They know they're well in this game, thanks to the 2 Abdul Wahids. This one, it goes all over the place. All of a sudden it shows like the mountains and then the floor.
I'll tell her in the innings play.
Because from our perspective, we don't know where it's going to be. So if you're on that camera, it just goes up all of a sudden. It looks awful, doesn't it? Hamid Raza goes big, but picks out Faisal Khan. Makes that catch look incredibly easy on the boundary. Ahmed Raza caught it, but he's hitting to a big side of the pitch here. Caught it really well. He's timed it very well. But Faisal Khan, so composed. See, lined it up really early, got himself set, and makes it look the simplest of catches. And the UAE captain, the latest man to go, the latest man to fall to Abdul Wahid. UAE 150 for 8. Halfway through this penultimate over. Saudi Arabia will be delighted as Junaid Sadiq walks out to the crease. They will be absolutely delighted with how they've checked UAE's progress towards the death. The two Abdul Wahids being absolutely imperious with the ball. Saudi Arabia, if they win this, they've moved level on points with the UAE. It's in the air and out. Simple chance. Sultan Ahmed chips it back up to the bowler. And Abdul Wahid has another. $150 for 9. UAE now. So you watch that wicket once again. Sultan Ahmed, the batsman, looking to go to the leg side, but can only top edge it straight back to the bowler. Great performance this from Saudi Arabia. Game looked to have been getting away from them. Certainly not now. They are well in this. With the likes of Faisal Khan and his batting power, and Abdul Ghaffar, who's been in, those two have been sensational so far with the bat. If they can get Saudi Arabia off to a bit of a flyer, no total will go untested. Abdul Ghaffar yesterday made 41 from just 16 balls against Iran. Faisal Khan made 26 from 11 against Kuwait. Both been in good form. And at the moment, the UAE are fairly limping to the end of this chase. That hat-trick ball's just prodded out. Mohamed Ayez making his T20 international debut, age 32. Full straight, big appeal and given and out. And with 3 wickets in the space of 4 balls, Abdul Wahid mops up the UAE tail, and you see those scenes of delight from the Saudi players. Very happy with that display. Bowling the UAE all out for 150 and with an over to spare. And they really have given themselves an exceptional chance of still qualifying from Group B into the semi-final spots against a much fancied UAE. They've been exceptional. They looked out of the running for large parts. So we see the UAE scorecard here. Chirag Suri and Rohan Mustafa were absolutely superb. 75 for Suri and 32 for Rohan Mustafa. But other than that, incredibly disappointing from the UAE. They had a real opportunity to post an insurmountable target. Saudi Arabia. So those 2 men at the bottom of your screen. Abdul Wahid, 4 for 14 from 3 overs. Exceptional death bowling. And Abdul Ghaffar, 2 for 11 from his 2. Brilliant work. Adil Butt and Shoaib Ali also chipping in with a wicket. So at the halfway stage of this game, the UAE ending up 150 all out. Saudi Arabia will need 151 runs for victory when we return here at the Al Amrat Cricket Ground in Muscat, Oman, in this decisive game in Group B of the ACC Western Region T20 tournament. So those bits there, like at the end, is what Andrew was saying earlier on. Don't need to put the replay straight away because it's already banked. We can use it whenever.
Okay, after the player
So
celebration.
let it breathe a little bit. So you
Okay.
know when what we see all the time, saying to Ganesh or to Nagesh, what happens when the guys are coming off the pitch, the batsman's walking off. We have all that time
Okay.
to show a replay when someone walking and crossing.
Yeah.
It's not very interesting. We don't need to show it.
Okay.
So if you put the replay in then,
Okay, got it.
let the celebrations happen. We can talk about the celebrations. Let it breathe, and then towards the end, we can put in. We're back live from Amaret Cricket Ground here in Muscat, Oman. Just a reminder of what happened when the UAE batted 150 all out with an over to spare. It means Saudi Arabia need 151 for victory. In both sides' final game in Group B of the ACC Western Region T20. Have a look at the points table as it stands. UAE top, 2 wins from 2, and that big net run rate means they should advance to the semi-finals. Saudi Arabia, with victory here, put themselves in pole position to join them. Kuwait playing Iran later on today after this game. You'd expect Kuwait to win that, boost their net run rate as well, making this innings of high significance for Saudi Arabia especially. They have at the crease their 2 batsmen who have been in great form. Excellent nick so far. Faisal Khan, highly destructive batsman, in the same sort of ilk as a Mohammad Shahzad. Short and stout. And then Wahid Abdul Ghaffar, who was excellent with the ball in those death overs. He was his destructive best yesterday. Was against Iran, who are the newest team to T20 international cricket, but still, regardless of the opposition, Faisal Khan 24 from 13, Abdul Wahid 41 from 16, 8 fours and a 6. There is an enormous price on these two's wickets. And the UAE will start off T20 international debutant Mohammad Ayez, left arm seamer. Watching in the last couple of days in the warm-ups, he gets it through. Adds great variety to this UAE attack as well. They have slow left arm. They have right arm off spin, right arm seamers, now a left arm seamer as well. Ayez into bowl, his first ball in T20 international cricket. Faisal Khan on strike. It's a good start from the UAE bowler. Into the body of Faisal Khan. It's worth noting that Ayez hasn't featured in the UAE setup since playing in England 11 in Abu Dhabi 2015, November of 2015. At that time he came into the side and looked a real talent. 32 years of age now. I do wonder where he's been. He's drifted away from the international setup. Man that played first class cricket for Rawalpindi. In Pakistan. Driven. Upish through the air. And for 4. Faisal Khan has his first boundary. You imagine first of a few. The way he plays. Given width outside the off stump. Opens up his leg. Clearing that front leg and just striking through the offside. Not the most elegant of shots. Not one you'd find in the coaching manual. But look how effective it is. Great player to watch, Faisal Khan. This time goes hard down the ground and beats Rohan Mustafa, and it's back-to-back boundaries. So he said the dangerous Faisal Khan. Once he gets going, hard to stop. Ibrahim Mustafa is at mid-off. He tried his best to get round to his left. He's a great fielder. Had no chance. And this one will run away down through fine leg for another boundary. This time leg buys. Perfect start for Saudi Arabia. Mohamed Ayers just two leg side on this occasion. Faisal Khan just clipping off his body and beating Richard Aravind, the UAE wicketkeeper. And with fine leg up in the circle, that was always going to go for 4. We do have a third man out on the boundary, as well as a deep backward square leg. They're the 2 men out for the first of this 6-over power play. Ayers into Khan, and Khan breaks his bat. Hits it over the top. It goes over the infield. His bat snaps in half. Half of it flies to mid-wicket, and the ball goes for 4. Comical stuff. Faisal Khan looking to go over the top, and you see being given back half his bat from the UAE captain Ahmed Raza, signalling to the team that he needs a new one. You see, holding half the bat in one hand, half in the other. Snapped clean in half. Faisal Khan. Not a great advertisement for the bat maker. He picks out a replacement. But still, even though he snapped his bat in half, he still had enough power to send the ball to the boundary for 4. Saudi Arabia 16 without loss after that first over. Faisal Khan just showing exactly what I was previously mentioning. It's his power. If he starts getting ahead of steam, the UAE will be in trouble here. And now we'll see for the first time Abdul Ghaffar at the other end. Equally destructive. Sultan Ahmed will take the ball. Faisal Khan's got a new bat. Abdul Ghaffar will be the man on strike. Two dot balls to start. Sultan Ahmed. Eventful first over. A little bit of normality going back into proceedings for now. It's good from Sultan Ahmed. 4 dot balls to start this over. Just what Ahmed Raz will have wanted from his fellow left arm spinner. And a 5th. Just has to join them up now, and this will be an excellent start. Sultan Ahmed, who has already bowled 1 maiden in this tournament. First game against Iran. And he has a second. Brilliant from Sultan Ahmed. And after that flying start made at the other end, Sultan Ahmed manages to bring it right back. .16 without loss, Saudi Arabia, after 2 overs. We'll have a change in bowling immediately. Ahmed Raza responding to Mohammad Ayaz's first over, going for 16. Bringing Junaid Sadiq into the attack. A man who normally takes the new ball in T20 cricket for the UAE. And if anyone's going to get some movement today, you'd imagine it would be Sadiq. That's movement from the seamers. Faisal Khan on strike. Brutal in that first over. Will he meet Sadiq with the same? It's in the air for a long time. Over the head of backward point. Mustafa, superb fielder. Leaping in the air but couldn't quite get there. Faisal Khan prodding away from his body. Uppish. Was in the air for a long time. Lands safely in the end though, and they get a single. Firmly down the ground. Won't be a run. It's well fielded. Mohammed Usman mid-off. Fielders inside the circle have to be really on their toes and at their best on this second turf of 2 here at Al Amrat Cricket Ground in Oman. The outfield here is rapid. Once it beats the infield and that inner circle, generally will race away for 4. Pitch runs parallel to us, is slightly slower. Have to be on your toes. Excellent from Sadiq. Beating the outside edge. Great carry through to the keeper. It's Abdul Ghaffar, the man on strike. Just watch the replay here. Sadiq. Just nipping it away. A little bit of movement off the seam it looked like there. Snipping it away from the bat. Such a skillful bowler. Said if there's going to be any movement, he will be the one to extract it. Pulled this time into mid-wicket. Beats the outstretched arms of Captain Ahmed Raza and goes away for 4. Abdul Ghaffar has his first boundary. It was short this time from Sadiq and strayed a bit too leg side. It's actually pulled from outside off stump. It's an excellent shot from Abdul Ghaffar, and as you see, Ahmed Raza flailing. It was in the air. It reached him on the fall, but out of reach of those long arms and massive hands of Ahmed Raza. Faisal Khan on strike. Well bowled again from Sadiq. That finishes the third over. 22 without loss, Saudi Arabia. Still need 129 for victory. Halfway through this first power play. It's only power play in their run chase. Sultan Ahmed continue. Bowled a maiden first up. Abdul Ghaffar was the man who dotted out that over. He's back on strike. And at the moment, he can't find an answer to Sultan Ahmed's round arm, darting, slow left armers. The type of bowler that in club cricket around the world would take hatfuls of wickets. Very quick, and this time it's into cover, and it's a simple catch. Sultan Ahmed, that pressure building. And Abdul Ghaffar. Succumbs for 5. Sultan Ahmed, dot ball pressure. Bowled 8 of them in succession. And that one just chipped to the fielder. That's a big breakthrough. Abdul Ghaffar, destructive player. Ansh Tandon on his senior international debut has his first catch. First real contribution after a bit of a disappointment with the bat earlier on. Saudi Arabia 22 for 1. Sultan Ahmed, look at those figures. 1 wicket, 8 balls, no runs. Just what UAE were after. Early breakthrough. Shamsuddin Englam Purat is a new man in, or Shams, according to his teammates and the name on the back of his shirt. He's off the mark straight away, and that'll run away for 4. First runs for Shamsuddin and the first runs against Sultan Ahmed. Back cut from Shamsuddin. Expertly guided through those 2 men. Backward of square on the offside. Once more, seeing how quickly this ball races away. Shamsuddin was actually on a pair after a duck against Kuwait. He'll be relieved to be off the mark. He didn't bat against Iran, wasn't needed, wasn't required on that occasion. He's been pushed up the order today. Be interested to know Shoaib Ali's thinking for that. End of that over, 27 for 1. 3 overs in. Sorry, 4 overs in. After that 1 over from Sadiq. And the breakthrough at the other end. Well bowled from Sadiq. Outside off stump. Bit of a nothing shot from Shamsuddin. And top edge. He'll beat the man. Third man on the boundary. Raced away for 4 runs. Sadiq finding the outside edge. Not a convincing shot by any means from Shamsuddin. Backing away to the leg side. Top edging it. And there's no chance for the fielder. 4 more to Saudi Arabia. Already Saudi Arabia have got the run rate down. It's below 8. Very manageable. It was manageable as soon as the UAE succumbed to that 150. That single brings Faisal Khan onto strike. It's a wide down the leg side. And Faisal Khan's actually been a little bit quiet. It's 13 from 8 so far. 3 fours in his knock. Junaid Siddiqui halfway through his second over. Faisal Khan really throwing his hands at outside the off stump. There was a shout of catch. It's given us runs. Go down as a drop chance from Richard Aravind. Difficult one at that. He was diving full stretch to his right. No signal from the umpire. One of the fielders did let out a shout of catch it. Let off for Faisal Khan then by the looks of it. Pulled an inside edge and a Chinese cut and 4 runs. Shamsuddin, the batsman. Watch the replay. Oh, he's so close to clearing his stumps. Gets a bottom edge. It goes away for 4. With 1 over to go in this power play. Saudi Arabia 38 for 1. Need 113 for victory. 15 overs remaining. 90 balls. UAE now will bring Roa Mustafa into the attack, as they so often do, to bowl the final over of the power play. Both batsmen 14 not out. Faisal Khan on strike. And we should have a great battle between these two. Two fierce competitors. Roa Mustafa, bowled to Faisal Khan. Mustafa starts with a wide down the leg side. Fired in that Yorker. Be hard pressed to see a better spin bowler that can hit those Yorkers as consistently as Roa Mustafa. High, uppish, in the air, but over the infield, and that'll run away for 4. Shamsuddin on the attack. Was hung out there from Roa Mustafa. Rare from him. In the slot, Shamsuddin going over the top of Ansh Tandon. In the cover and run. Roa Mustafa's first over going for 6 with that boundary in it. And 6 overs in, end of the power play. Saudi Arabia 44 for 1. Look at the scorecard. The one man to fall, Abdul Wahid Abdul Ghaffar, caught by Ash Tandon in the covers off the bowling of Sultan Ahmed, who was exceptional. Since then, Faisal Khan and Shamsuddin have built a nice little partnership. this second wicket worth 22 runs from 16 deliveries. Let's put Saudi Arabia in a good position. 107 more required. 14 overs to do it. Sultan Ahmed back in the attack. A change of ends for the spinner. Starts off, it clips the pad. It looks like that'd be leg by as it runs away for 4. Now it's given us bat. Faisal Khan's got some bat on it. Adds another boundary to his tally. Sultan Ahmed 2 leg side. You see there, Faisal Khan clearly clipping it wide of the man at short fine leg. And for 4. Good piece of running from Saudi Arabia. Good cricket. Got the boundary of the ball before. Get down the other end. Turn that scorecard card over. Keep it ticking along. And they've done that very well so far. Forcing a change. Ahmed Raza coming into the leg side on the 1. Just 2 men in the circle on the offside. 2 on the leg side. Men out at deep backward square leg, deep mid wicket, long on, long off, and cover boundary as well. Kuwait side have just arrived, watching on with interest ahead of their game against Iran. Ahmed Raza into the attack. Seen this ploy from the UAE captain. Rotate and interchange his and Roa Mustafa's overs. Down the track. Heave to the leg side. Lands safely. It's Roa Mustafa is at long on. Looked like he didn't pick it up initially. He's coming in. He's quite flat-footed at the start. Falls quite short of him in the end, but had he set off, that might have been different. And Ahmed Raza was looking at him as if to say, "What's going on there, mate?" Those two know each other very well. Played cricket together for a very long time. Since they were but cricketing pups. Sharjah. Famed cricketing emirate in the UAE, Sharjah, where Ahmed was born. It's hit high, hard, but to the fielder and out. And Faisal Khan, the danger man, departs. Ahmed Raza, the captain, makes the breakthrough. Faisal Khan looking to go deep and over the top. But long on, he's just picked out, doesn't have to move a muscle. The simplest of catches. Saudi Arabia 55 for 2. Big wicket that for the UAE. They've got rid of the 2 opening batsmen, the 2 danger men. There's a run-out chance here. Very close. Nudged into the offside. And Sajid Imran, the new batsman, he had set off. Shamsuddin was not interested in the slightest. Sent him back. That would have been an embarrassing start first ball. As it is, 55 for 2, Saudi Arabia after 8 overs. They need another 96 for victory and to keep their hopes of qualification for the semi-finals alive. So you'd think a defeat here would send them heading for the exit. They do have a better net run rate than Kuwait, equal on points, but Kuwait play Iran next. And you would expect Kuwait to secure the points in that one. Iran have only played their first ever T20 internationals this week. Still very new to this level, and it's not doing them a disservice or showing any signs of being condescending. They are just here at this level for the very first time, and they're coming up against some very strong sides. UAE ranked 15th in the world. Saudi Arabia in the top 30, as are Kuwait. '24th and 28th respectively. See the depth in this ACC Western region and across the entirety of the cricketing umbrella that is the Asian Cricket Council, whose YouTube channel you're watching this game on today. And every game live throughout this week. Two semi-finals tomorrow, a final the day after. Ange Tandon doing some very good fielding there in at cover. Youthful exuberance rushing through his blood. Saudi Arabia 57 for 2. After 9 overs. It's the lay of the land so far. Earlier on, bowled UAE all out for 150. They need 94. 11 overs to do it. 66 balls. Ahmed Raza, the UAE captain, looking to put the squeeze on now. That's what he does best in the middle overs of all formats of cricket. Chipped, straight to cover, this time dropped. It's Ange Tandon in the covers, hit straight at him, straightforward chance. Back live. It's Tandon picked out again. Hit straight at him, he's very disappointed, he's got his hands on his heads. Hit straight towards him and he shells it. This is again in the air but safe. Shamsuddin comes on strike, 23 not out. Looks to go big, top edge, up in the air. Ange Tandon makes up for his drop earlier in the over. More difficult chance, racing round to his right. He was skied, he was in the air for a long time. He completes a very good catch. Those UAE players very happy. See it again. Ange Tandon who dropped that straightforward catch earlier on. This one more tricky. He gets all the way round. Complete the catch. Saudi Arabia 58 for 3 now. 1 ball left in the 10th over of this run chase. Which is looking more and more difficult at the fall of every wicket. See the UAE team in a huddle, having a quick drink. They'll be delighted. Kuwait, who have just arrived, looking on with interest. Should UAE mop up this victory, Kuwait will just have to go out and improve their net run rate with a win over Iran this afternoon, and they'll be good to go and into the semi-finals. Dot ball to finish the over. And at the halfway stage, Saudi Arabia 58 for 3. Faisal Khan made an excellent start, 22 off 17. Shamsuddin, the last man to go, also established himself, got a good start, just over a run a ball for his 23. But with both departed and the all-important Abdul Ghaffar gone, UAE bowlers very much in charge. Roa Mustafa continuing. Back into the attack. Roa Mustafa, leg by the start of his over. Top edge. It'll be over Ange Tanden's head this time. Saudi Arabia run through for the single. It's Abdul Wahid, the new man in, on strike now. And off the mark. Pulling into the leg side. And running two. It's good fielding out there from Mohamed Ayaz. Mustafa rushes through his second over. He's gone for 12 so far. Let's have a look at that. There's UAE bowling figures so far. Ahmed Raza is about to bowl his third over. He's got 2 for 4. Sultan, the other left armour, 1 for 15. It's been the slow left armers who have done the damage. Ahmed Raza been particularly good. Abdul Wahid having a big go outside off stump. Only gets fresh air. This time gets more of it. Top edges it down the ground. And comes back for another 2. Good shot over, backward point. He'll race away for 4. Abdul Wahid started brightly. Couple of 2s and now his first boundary. Given width. A big flail of the bat. Going inside out, intentionally going over backward point. Going the aerial route. Executing it to perfection. Quicker from Ahmed Raza, but it beats everyone. Should race away for 4 more, and it does. 4 more buys. It was really fired in from Ahmed Raza. Trying to find that Yorker. Beats the batsman and beats Richard Aravind as well, the UAE wicketkeeper. Runs away for 4. We have Iran's players running behind a bowler's arm at the moment. Brief pause in play. And a wide now from Ahmed Raza. Very unlike him to be dealing in these kind of number of extras. Chipped in the air. Ahmed Raza was interested for a minute. Thinking he might have a return catch. But it's a single that ends the over. 78 for 3, Saudi Arabia. 12 gone. And with 8 remaining, that required run rate's gone above 9 now. Even with 13 from that last over, he's still above 9. Mustafa to continue. Sajid Imran with a single. 8 from 14 for him. Abdul Wahid 9 from 8. Driven firmly back. It's the stump. Samid Raza thinks his bowler might have got a fingertip on it, but he hasn't. Seen Ruhr Mustafa execute that run out more often than most. Very sharp thinker. This time didn't manage to get anything on it. Saudi Arabia just looking to rebuild here. Still time to knock off these 70 runs. Heave towards the leg side, picks a fielder out, and gone. UAE have their 4th wicket. 81 for 4, Saudi Arabia. Ruhr Mustafa, the bowler. Heaved into the leg side and taken by Sultan Ahmed on the boundary. You see that once again. Abdul Wahid, the batsman. It's just 3 runs. Built up pressure this over. He's tried to clear his leg. Hoik it to the leg side. And it's a good catch in the end. Sultan Ahmed, he's not the biggest of fellas. And he's had to dive both feet off the ground and take it above his head. A smart catch from Sultan Ahmed. And at 81 for 4, Saudi Arabia have a lot of work on. Malik Mohammed Naeem is the new man in. 7 overs left, 10 and over required. Saudi Arabia at the moment just keep losing wickets. Steady stream of them in these last few overs. It's a manageable figure, but not so much if you keep losing those wickets. Mohamed Ayaz will come back into the attack, the left arm seamer. Bowled just 1 over earlier on today, went for 12. Opened the bowling, in fact. This clipped off his leg. It's going to go all the way. Nearly lands in the tent with us. Excellent shot. Sajid Imran clipping the ball off his legs. It's a monstrous 6. Fast hands and quick wrists. And the ball's got a big distance. Mohamed Ayaz is not having the best of days so far. Faisal Khan took a real liking to him in that first over when he went for 12. First ball of his second. Been dispatched for 6. Then a full toss. Sajid Imran will think he's missed out there. It was quick from Ayaz. But it was wide. It was a full toss. And there's scoring opportunities there. And his captain Ahmed Raza has just moved himself to mid-off to have a word with Ayaz. Sorry, it's Ruhr Mustafa actually. Part of the UAE think tank very much. Former captain himself. Ruhr Mustafa, one of the leaders on the pitch. It's a wide down the leg side. The runs away over the boundary. 5 wides. This is turning out to be a very productive over for Saudi Arabia. Mohamed Ayes just missing the mark, straying down the leg side. Five more added to the total. It's 11 runs from this over. 3 legitimate deliveries from it. 3 to go. Saudi Arabia chipping away at that target now. This has a potential to be a very important over in the scheme of this game. Mustafa with a direct hit, might have been in trouble. They're trying to run 2, Saudi Arabia. And they get home. Some sloppy cricket. Mustafa right to have a shot. He had a chance of a run out. No backing up. Either Ahmed Raza, Ashton Sharafu on the boundary. Just in front of us. Two more to the Saudi cause. Rich Aravin telling his bowler that was much better. One ball left in this 14th over. It's down the track. Sajid Imran, he misses out. Finishes the 14th over, 94 for 4. Saudi Arabia. 57 runs required. .36 balls remaining. 57 runs needed from Saudi Arabia. That over has put them right back into contention. Wahid Ahmed coming to the attack for the first time for the UAE. Naeem, the batsman, on strike. Dot ball to start from Wahid Ahmed. It's well fielded. Ahmed Raza in the circle. Saved a boundary there. Getting round to his left to cut off the ball. Where he's inside the circle. He's now going out. Third man coming up inside. Had he been beaten there, that was another 4. Wasn't it just a single? Rich Avid holds the ball, rightfully so. There's no one at the stumps. Saudi Arabia get a single. Sajid Imran Very much wore that one. Very fleshy sound. It looked like it hit him in the chest. Fleshy part of his belly. Be a wide. See Sajid Imran trying to use his crease. Shuffling deep inside the crease. Wahid Ahmed trying to push it outside off stump. Make the batsman reach for it. There's 2 wide on that occasion. Very good fielding out in the deep. Full toss, punch down the ground. Brings up Saudi Arabia's 100. At the end of the 15th over, 100 for 4. And with 5 overs to go, Saudi Arabia need 51 for an all-important victory. To run you through their scorecard so far. Sajid Imran putting on a late charge, 18 from 23. He has some work on his hands. Need to go at just over 10 and over. Saudi Arabia. As for the UAE bowlers, Ahmed Raza coming on to bowl his 4th and final over now. He has 2 for 13. Still overs for Roma Mustafa, Junaid Sadiq, Mohamed Ayez and Wahid Ahmed. Plenty of options for Ahmed Raza to pick from. For now, it's him into his final over. It's pushed to Ash Tandon. Very quick run in there. You'll be disappointed that there was a single. Sajid Imran, 18 not out. Feel like he'll have to really target the bowlers if Saudi Arabia are going to knock these runs off. He's trying to cut. It's too quick, too close to him. It's good stuff from Ahmed Raza. Wily competitor. Just gone from 1 from his first. Another single down the ground. The UAE will be very happy with that at the moment. Singles aren't enough for Saudi Arabia. Might get 2 here. Looking for it. They've gone for it. Good piece of fielding, but very good running as well. They get home safely in the end. Single to finish the 16th over. Very good one from Ahmed Raza. Just 5 runs from it. See Ahmed Raza finishes up 4 overs, 2 for 18. Exceptional bowling from the UAE captain. And that was a feel pivotal in the grand scheme of things, that last one. Saudi Arabia now need over 11 and over. 46 runs required. Just 24 balls to do it. 105 for 4 after 16. Wahid Ahmed will continue for the UAE. Malik Naeem on strike, 7 not out. Sajid Imran at the non-striker's end has 19. Can they produce something in this over to take this game to the death and keep alive their hopes in Group B? Call of 2, intent running at one end, lackadaisical running at the other. Sajid Imran was never interested. Practically walked down, helmet and gloves in his hand. Never interested, despite the urgency of Malik Naeem at the other end. Swing and a miss from Sajid Imran. Dot ball, Wahid Ahmed. Hit high in the air. Ansh Tandon again underneath it and takes the catch. Routine stuff. Wahid Ahmed has the wicket. 106 for 5. Saudi Arabia now. And their chase is petering out. And so is their campaign in this ACC Western Region T20 tournament. Ahmed Raza very happy with his bowler. Wahid Ahmed is celebrating that wicket. As we watch that once again, Sajid Imran looking to move over to the off stump. Wahid Ahmed hangs it out even wider. Skied in the air, and Ansh Tandon dropped a catch earlier on. Taken a couple since. And the UAE I think should be able to wrap this up from here. 45 runs required. Just 21 balls remaining. Wahid Ahmed has his first wicket of the day. Pulled into the leg side and all the way for 6. Malik Naeem hasn't shown any signs so far of this kind of hitting. Wahid Ahmed drifting. Full toss is there to be dealt with. And done so accordingly from Malik Naeem. helped it on its way, and all the way. Hold your horses. Saudi Arabia certainly not done just yet. Short, well directed from Waheed. Good bowling. Aggressive and well directed, that bouncer. Now just into the leg side. They're looking for 2, Saudi Arabia, but they won't get it. That ends the 17th over. Saudi Arabia, 113 for 5, 3 overs to go, 18 deliveries, and they need 38 runs if they're going to win this match. And they have Malik Naeem on strike, 15 not out. And Junaid Sadiq has the ball for the UAE. Well, 2 overs so far, gone for 17. He'll bowl out from that far end, you'd assume. This 18th over. Can Saudi Arabia maintain this challenge in pursuit of 38 more runs from victory? Very much game on here at Turf 2. This game has swung up and down. You'd have the UAE in pole position for the minute. Saudi is still in it. They won't want too many dot balls, that's for certain. And that dot from Junaid Sadiq warmly welcomed by the UAE players. It's notable how the last couple of days UAE barely celebrated any landmark moments, any wickets. Today they most certainly have, knowing the importance of this game and how far they've been pushed by this Saudi side. Very capable team. And another dot ball. Good start this from Sadiq. Very good start. That target of 38 gets more and more daunting with every dot ball. So 2 dot balls have started this 18th over. 38 the target. 16 balls left. Driven this time into the covers. That might well beat the fielder. No, it's excellent work. Saudi come back for 2. Thought about a third. That would have been kamikaze running. But Naeem gets 2. Into the covers. Brings the target down to 36. $15 balls to go. Malik Naeem on strike. Junaid Sadiq, the UAE bowler. Pulled into the leg side. The fielder underneath it. Doesn't quite reach him. Drops just short. Saudi pick up a single. See Naeem heaving it into the leg sides. Wahid Ahmed, the fielder, racing in. Falls just short of the UAE square leg. Driven firmly into mid-wicket. Should only be one. They're turning for a second. And turning back again. Confusion between the two batsmen. There's a slip at the non-striker's end, meaning that they couldn't turn and attempt that second run. Good over from Junaid Sadiq. Just 5 runs from it. After 18 overs then, Saudi Arabia, 118 for 5. 33 needed for victory. Just waiting for that score to update. The single off the last delivery. Can assure you it's 118 for 5, Saudi Arabia. 33 needed, 2 overs to go, 12 balls.
No, 1 ball to go in the last 2 overs. Not over.
Being pulled back. Scorers have told the umpires there's one more. One more to go in the 18th. Fielders go back into position. Junaid Sadiq, last ball of the 18th over then. It'll land safely. And just a single to Saudi Arabia. And now they end the 18th over. 118 for 5. 33 more runs required. Mustafa will bowl the penultimate over of this match. Saudi Arabia need to muster up something if they're going to take it to the final over. That will help their cause. Wide ball first up. Poor from Rohan. Holds his hand up in apology to his teammates. On the money that time though, firing in those Yorkers. One of the best at it. Almost have to play him like a seamer. Darts in those Yorkers. Swept fine, and he goes for 4. Wonderful batting, using that pace of Rohan Mustafa down on one knee and paddling it round the corner. It's a lovely shot. See it once again. Kawar Zafar, the Saudi Arabia batsman, using that pace, shuffling across his stumps, executing a lovely paddled sweep. Gets that total down. Another nudge. 27 required. And bowled. Rohan Mustafa has his wicket. After that lovely shot the ball before, it looked like Saudi Arabia really putting themselves back into it. Still have 6 runs, from First 4 balls though, 3 of which were legitimate. Mustafa has his man, falls straight and quick. Kawazafar. So watch that replay back. Looking to go through extra cover. Misses out and is cleaned up. Adil Butt, the opening bowler for Saudi Arabia, is the new man to the crease. Big, strong lad. More than capable of hitting a long ball. Need to do it a few times. Saudi Arabia going to clinch the victory. 27, the target. Mustafa again strays to the leg side. This time it's leg buys, clipped off the pads of Adil Butt. .26 required. It's a full toss, heave to the leg side, but it'll just be one. Long on out there. It's a routine piece of fielding. Brings Naeem on strike. So Adil Butt even heaving into the leg side. Just one more. Sees out Mustafa's final ball of his spell. 4 overs. 2 for 23. For Mustafa. See his figures flash up on your screen. 4 overs, 2 for 23. It's been a good performance from Rowan again with the ball. He must be one of the favourites already, the early favourites for man of the series. He's got runs and wickets in every single game. And the final over be bowled by Junaid Sadiq. Saudi Arabia, 127 for 6, 24 needed, 6 balls to do it. Can they? Adil Butt on strike. It's in the air, top edged. There's a man out there, full short of him. They come back for 2. 22 required from 5. This needs to find the fence or clear it if Saudi Arabia are going to stay alive. Sadiq into Butt. High in the air. Should be a catch. Just out of reach. Mohammed Usman, the fielder. Adil Butt skying it. You see Mohammed Usman desperately clutching at the ball. Ends up tumbling to the floor. Luckily for the UAE, doesn't go for 4. It's a good effort from Mohammed Usman. Just couldn't quite get there. They managed to run free Saudi Arabia. This is still well in this. 19 from 4 balls. Naeem on strike. Top edge. And that should go all the way for 6. Wow. Junaid Sadiq goes short. And Naeem on the pull. Top edges it all the way. That puts the cats amongst the pigeons. Game very much on. As you see that replay again, Sadiq going short. Naeem top edges it. And it clears the ropes. Well, well. 3 balls to go. 13 needed. If Naeem can muster up another one of those, the side is still in this. Valiant effort in this final over. Already taken 11 from the first 3 balls. 12 more will be a tie. 13 more will win it. Sadiq into Naeem. Well bowled from the UAE bowler. Dot ball. And that should seal it for them. Couple of 6s from the last 2 balls will tie it. If we put some extras into the equation, Saudi Arabia can still win, but this will be difficult. Naeem unhappy about something, speaking to the umpires, bringing their attention. Something that's gone on, not too sure what. Maybe a couple of words. 2 balls to go then. Junaid Sadiq into Naeem, 13 the total required. And another dot. Again, confusion reigning. A couple of appeals for something. Some words between Naeem and Junaid Sadiq. Once again, Saudi Arabia batsman is unhappy. Ahmed Raza coming in to speak to him, try and calm things down. Both batsman and umpire. Clearly, the Saudi player is not happy with something that's happened in those last 2 balls. Lots of fingers being pointed between Sadiq and Naeem. Using to see what's gone on there. Last delivery. A nominal 13 required from Saudi Arabia. I don't think they're going to hit this one for 13. Sadiq the bowler. And it's up high in the air. Might be a wicket to finish on. And it is. Sadiq removes Malik Naeem. Final ball. 27 for the Saudi player. Rohan Mustafa takes the catch. I think there's a few murmurs of whether players were inside the 30-yard circle. Might have been where there was a contention between the players. Malik Naeem has just walked straight off. Doesn't want to engage with the opposition. UAE players high-fiving. Very happy with that result. They make it 3 wins from 3 games in Group B. And they will top the group and advance to the semi-finals fairly comfortably as well. It won't surprise too many people considering the UAE are the top-ranked teams and the heavy favourites of this tournament. 15th in the world they sit currently. Look at the Saudi Arabia batting lineup. Faisal Khan, Shamsuddin. They were excellent at the start. Got the side off to a very, very good start. Shamsuddin, 23. Faisal Khan, 22. Malik Naeem at the end, 27 from 22. Valiant effort, trying to get his side over the line. Took it to the last over. Just didn't quite secure the victory. As for the UAE, some fine performances with the ball. None more so than Ahmed Raza, 2 for 18. Rohan Mustafa, 2 for 23. Very, very good performances from there. Mohamed Ayaz on T20 international debut, the only one not to pick up a wicket. Really slightly disappointed with how things have gone. Going for 12.5 and over the course of that match. UAE earlier on today, below par you'd say, 150 all out. They could have got many, many more. Suri and Mustafa were going great guns. But then Wahid Ahmed. Excellent with the ball for Saudi Arabia. 4 for 14. Abdul Ghaffar, Abdul Wahid as well at the death. Brilliant. 2 for 11. They reined in the UAE. Saudi Arabia run chase falls just 12 runs short as the UAE secure victory. And here's how the table looks. The UAE safely through with 3 wins from 3. Currently on course to play Oman in the semi-finals in what would be a cracker of a game. After Oman beat the Maldives today for a second victory in the tournament. Qatar, Bahrain, the next game. Round off Group A. You'll find on the Asia Cricket Council YouTube channel. Whereas here, Kuwait play Iran, and Kuwait currently on course to go through. Should do relatively comfortably. See how many they can up that net run rate by. At the moment, it'll be them versus Qatar. We'll see how those games pan out. Join us later on at about 1:30 local time, which is about 50 minutes from now. 45, 50 minutes away from that start. And we look forward to seeing you then. Thank you for joining us here at the Asia Cricket Council YouTube channel. UAE's 12-run victory over Saudi Arabia.